My goal is to help you unlock how to grow organically so fast that it actually feels illegal. There's a 1% unlock that you are missing right now. What to post, how to actually take action today.
This feels like a genius quality content hack.
Content will grow organically. What's between you and your dreams of success and where you are right now are the people who are going to consume your stuff. We always think people are the solution to our problems, right? So we go, well, I'm having a hard time growing on social media, and so I need to get a marketing manager or a marketing company. I need to hire a social media person. And so we think I'm just one person, one company away. If only I got a record deal, all my dreams would come true. But really, when I talk to anyone in the music business, for as long as I have done this, I always go, you're talking to me about hiring a PR company or a marketing company. And I'm just saying we need to get more fans to connect with your stuff. Getting you an article, getting you in some blog somewhere is not necessarily going to do that. What's the fastest way that we can help you to achieve your dreams? My goal is to help you unlock how to grow organically and to do it so fast that it actually feels illegal. And that starts truly with finding the special formula, okay, that we're going to go through because it is so unbelievably specific to you, and I'm going to help you do that. So in today's video, I'm going to, one, show you how I have done this for the different brands, because here's the thing, I am not just a lawyer, I'm also a musician. So I've had completely different brands that I have had to figure out how to grow organically and very fast. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about that because if you're watching this right now, you might make music, you might teach music, you might sell music. There's lots of different things you might be doing. And I'm going to give you some literal things that I'm doing so you can start on this today. And lastly, I'm going to make sure to help you to get out of your head, because this is a big part of it. You get out of your head, you're going to make your own dreams come true. I always want to have like a free thing that I give to you guys. And I was like, oh shoot, I don't have a free thing for marketing just yet, but the closest next thing that probably will help you, I have a 35 ways to make money PDF. So ancillary to growing and getting a big audience is making money. That's totally free. You'll give your email to get access to it, and then you'll be on my list for when I do put together this free marketing guide for you. All right, does that sound good? Give this video a thumbs up and let's keep going. So if you're new here, just a quick background. I've been lawyering now for over 10 years, but I've been a musician. I'm classically trained. I've been doing music since I was 4 years old, and I'm very passionate about this. I run a law firm, and I have dedicated this channel and this entire thing that I do with Top Music Attorney to just education to help you guys, because it was such a struggle for me for so long. I have made a whole lot of money organically for the different businesses that I'm going to talk to you about. And this is why I know it works, because they're totally different things. So of the three main brands that I have, one is my law firm, and it's Delgado Entertainment Law. And we do like intellectual property, business law. We work with a lot of creatives, a lot of businesses, right? A lot of tech companies. And then there's Top Music Attorney, right? Which is this. Top Music Attorney is all about music business education. And this is an important piece. Making something as boring as teaching education, right? Hard learning, and making it so it's digestible. There's an art form, and there's things we're going to talk about in this video. And then lastly, I have Miss Krystle, which is my artistic brand. So these are the different things that I do. It's all related to music and entertainment. It's just what I love. So that's what we're going to kind of focus on. Now, basically, number one, we're going to go through in your organic growth unlock. And where we're going to start with this is literally in identifying your identity. Okay, so what do I mean by this? We talk about brand, and I'm like, literally for you watching this right now, what is your brand? And I might ask you to give me 3 things that you associate with yourself. And you'll think about that as you're kind of watching this, maybe write it down. But brand is basically the things that people associate with you. It might be how you look, it might be a certain style, it might be a genre. And what I have discovered is that there is a 1% shift that you need to make that's gonna unlock everything, right? And most importantly, the organic growth, just meaning that people will find what you're doing to be amazing. They'll share it. It will go viral. There's a 1% unlock that you are missing right now. The 1% is something specific about you. If you're needing legal help, feel free to reach out to Delgado Entertainment Law, which is my firm. We offer free case evaluations with our case managers. So just meaning you don't have to make any kind of commitment. We'll just see how we can help you. Feel free to call us. You can text, you can email. We look forward to hearing from you. We have a tendency to compare ourselves. So when it comes to marketing in general, it's the process of getting people to know about what you are doing. So again, if you are a beat maker, you sell sample packs, whatever it is, it's the art form of getting not only awareness of what you're doing, but to be able to connect with people who actually care about what you're doing. I mean, if there are billions of people in this world, it is very fair and reasonable to say that there is an audience literally for you, and it's a matter of you doing some of the initial work to be able to make them aware of you so you can connect. But there's this 1% thing that prevents people, even those who have done this for a really long time, from getting that unlock, finding the right audience. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about. And the example I'll start with is actually for Top Music Attorney. We put out something like 1,200 videos, and this was through March of last year. Generally, very small growth. The work was there, the consistency was there, but there was this 1% unlock that had to happen. And it's the most frustrating thing to get through, right? Because you have to figure it out. But I'm mentioning this because I'm talking about 4 years of work. And then really it was one video that then changed the trajectory of everything. That video was really me just doing what I do as a lawyer that I didn't really show previously. So it was the same information. It was the same value that I had provided previously, but this 1% shift had to do with me showing really my outrage with injustice in the music business and what I was seeing happening to you guys, contracts that you were signing, and then also as a lawyer doing this every single day and fighting these fights. And I don't really get to talk about it on my channel so much because of confidentiality. So really that 1%, we could just call it finding that special little thing that's in me. And so from there was a very large amount of growth. I think we're coming up now on 130,000. That means we've had a growth of 100,000 since then. That quick overnight success was following 4 years of work and building until I could just find that 1%. So that's TMA. It's been a similar kind of thing for social media. That's the YouTube channel. Now we have to think about the same thing on social media. How do we make the social media stuff do well? And it's funny because I've talked to YouTubers who have huge success, huge numbers, and they're like, I don't know if I should take time to try to build up my Instagram. What's the point? And it's funny because that stays in the back of my mind. So for TMA, it's the same kind of thing. Just terrible numbers and growth and all this stuff. And we made a 1% shift. And the videos recently, we've had some videos do 300,000, 500,000. There's one on TikTok that has 1.7 million views on it. And that 1% unlock had actually to do mostly with me just picking up my damn phone, taking the time to do summaries of the full-length content that I do here. And the reason why I didn't want to do that is because I had to get over me looking at myself and being critical because I don't want to see my face that closely, quite frankly. And so I had to get over that. And I also had to get over the imperfections. For me, because I'm such a busy lawyer and I do so many things, for me to do that, I have to let go of it being perfect because I would just drive myself crazy redoing it over and over and over. And so I just wasn't executing. And so that 1% unlock, again, has truly resulted in a massive difference in the ability of what I can do and who I can reach. Half of it is just me getting out of my own way, right? So that's why I'm mentioning this as a case study, because also I'll give you one more example in the music realm. But I know not all of you are musicians. And so that's why I want to speak to different types of industries, different kinds of brands, and to help you to know that that 1% is for you to discover, and you got it. I promise you, you got it. You just haven't discovered it yet. So the example I'll give with MK, funny enough, the stuff that made MK go viral initially was, well, what do I call it? Sexy attorney kind of branding. And I had this video because this worked so well. And I had this text, it said, all attorneys are nerds. And so I just did a transition from being the nerdy lawyer to something that maybe wasn't a nerdy lawyer. Those videos that I did so unbelievably well, and I would ended up reposting them. But the problem that created is it drove a certain type of audience that really wasn't there for my music. So in any case, you can even have success, but the reason why I want to double down on truly like what you like and how important that is in before you go and take all the effort and post. And we're going to talk about that in the video, in today's video, what to post, how to actually take action today. Okay, we're going to go through that. But it's important because, you know, be careful what you wish for. If you have something go viral, you need to double down on that content. And so you may get yourself stuck because now you're stuck making transition videos and sexy outfits, and maybe that's not what you wanted to do. So let's move on. We talked about number one, you have to identify who you are and what your brand is. And you got to go digging, because in there's this 1% thing that makes you so unbelievably unique. And I've seen some artists do this and producers do this, where they just go, I'm this kind of producer, but like I'm Korean. And so they figure out that their little carve out is, again, just something that was very specific to them, what they like. So number two, in your organic growth unlock, that's what we're doing right now. We're unlocking what's going to really solve this for you so you can start growing really, really fast. Okay. Number two is getting through your cringe era. I said this and I go, sometimes it feels like you're starting over when it comes to content creation. And I know some of you watching this right now, you feel me. Okay. If you feel me real hard, give this video a big thumbs up. But it feels like you're starting over, and it's because you are. You did some stuff. Maybe you got super motivated and you posted some content trying to promote your goods or your services, right? Your music. And then you gave up. And then you took a break for a month. And then you took a break for a year. And then when you came back to it, you tried again. And it's these little bursts that you're doing where you are trying things. I know you guys are trying things, but what I'm telling you is that it's not good enough. You're not being consistent enough over a long period of time. Now we're talking about, this is your cringe era. What do I mean by this? So the terrible truth is that we all have to go through a cringe era to figure out what content will grow organically, because you went through that big effort of figuring out your identity. And you go, I'm this kind of artist, and these are the things that I like, and this is what I want to be associated with. Okay, so you thought through it. That's great. And that's a really hard step. And then you have to go, now I need to figure out how to translate that in social media, in long form content on YouTube videos. And in order to get through that process, you have to understand that every single person has to go through a cringe era, or what I'm calling it, because you have to figure out how to convey what it is that you're doing. And you may still be in your cringe era right now, and that's okay. And what I wanted to focus on is the strongest emotion that we all feel in creating content is embarrassment. So it's going to be embarrassment because, for example, you post something, you try something, you put yourself out there, and it flops. And it's really embarrassing because you're like, oh my gosh, my post got 100 views. And John's going to see that. And we're like really thinking about John and John's stupid opinion. So it might be embarrassment because of that. Or it might be embarrassment because you reflect on it and you're like, oh my gosh, I could tell that I was trying so hard. And that's just so embarrassing, right? That's so cringe. And the reason I wanted to mention this is because A, it's true, but B, Lil Nas X, he had posted, and this guy has had insane success. He has insane numbers everywhere. And he posted this video and he goes, I literally stopped posting on social media. I stopped putting out music because I felt really, really embarrassed. And he goes, it's because like I've had such insane success, such big numbers, and now my stuff is just doing like so bad. And he goes, I felt so embarrassed that it created this really toxic loop for me where I put out less content. I put out less music because I didn't want to experience that feeling. He was kind of talking himself through it. And he's like, it's okay. Like, I know I'm cringe. I know some of you don't like me. I know all this stuff. And you know what? It's okay because I'm not going to hold myself back anymore. So I loved that. But back into the you discovering your identity, you being okay with what you're doing, and then dealing with the fall off. For example, with Miss Krystle and some of the stuff that I've built, now that I'm like hard promoting my music all the time, I'm like, if you like villain music, if you like industrial dark pop stuff, then you're my people. Not all my people are following me right now. I want to be super transparent and just kind of share that, but also just say, do not use this stuff as an excuse, because that's the little trick we play on ourselves. We find someone or something that we allow to hold us back, because part of this is one, I need you to figure out what is you, and maybe you don't even know that yet, which is why you're going through this exercise. Then you have to start executing and you have to try stuff, and it's going to be very, very embarrassing. The truth is you're probably fine. The truth is that if your video flops, it just means no one saw it. And if no one saw it, why do you care? But it's about us kind of getting through our own heads so we can do our thing. That's market feedback. I want you to consider this. Next time you do a whole bunch of posting and you're coming with creative ideas and it's not working, or maybe something worked a little bit, remember that based on how your stuff performs, that is the marketplace feedback. If it doesn't do well, people are not watching it. They're not staying on it. And then the algorithm reads that information and stops serving it out. Your feelings might be a little bit hurt. That might suck, but equally, that is literally the information you need, which is you need to keep trying. And so don't use that as negative feedback to then stop. You go, okay, that's interesting. That didn't resonate. Cool. We're going to move forward and do something new. So the last kind of pro tip I can give this, and this is my personal feelings on the embarrassment thing. Even if you feel that bad feeling, sit with it, let it be there and be like, this is literally part of the process, and then keep going regardless. All right. So now number 3 in your organic growth unlock is the actual content execution. Let's talk about basically how we can go deeper with your brand. Now, I gotta say this, okay? I always say this with all my like marketing related videos, which is for your username. Some of you are on like maybe 1 or 2 platforms. Please make sure that your username is the same across all the platforms and that you have the username across all platforms. So right now, if you're not on, what's that new one? Blue Sky? If you're not on some social media app, you're not on TikTok, go get the username so you at least have ownership of it. But besides that, another question is, well, where should I post? So I'm going to rapid fire through this. You should post on at least 2 platforms, at least 2 to 3 times a week. We want to build you up, okay? We want to make sure that you're getting your stuff out there, and you can eventually get to posting across all social media platforms because you can use a scheduling app like Metricool. I use that platform right now. So getting yourself at least 2 platforms, that's a great place to start. And then bulk content creation. This is going to be a huge unlock for you. You need to make a bunch of content all at once because you'll get into a creative vibe. Like if I put you in a studio for 2 days, you'll get into a vibe eventually, okay? So, and the same thing with content creation. If you're like, I'm taking 1 hour, I'm gonna break away from everything else that I have going on, I'm gonna like force creativity. Cool. Do something. But I really think that to create bulk content, so now you can start doing volume, you need to try to make a bunch of stuff all at once. And so for me, my pro tip is when I'm on social media, I'm a bad girl and I waste time and I'll doom scroll and I allow myself to do that. But I do that in that I am gathering my next ideas. So that's the trade-off because I don't have time to be on social media. So if I do take whatever amount of time that is, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and I do it, I am saving as I go. I like to go on TikTok. And so I save ideas for stuff I want to make later on. That's my little trade-off. But creating different categories of content, and I would say 2 main categories that I do, depending on the different brands, is that I have my viral content, as I call it. So I like to do videos using popular sounds, right? Trends. I do funny things. So I really love viral content. And then I really love something that is, we'll call it promotion. So meaning it has my song in it, or I am promoting my law firm, or I'm promoting the podcast. And so I put things into those 2 categories. And then when it comes time for me to be like, okay, it's a Saturday and I'm going to make all the stuff, I'm not starting from scratch. Ever. I don't have time to sit there and try to figure it out. I figure it out in little bite-sized pieces because I understand that nothing is more important to you growing organically than you being obsessed with this and thinking about it all the time. And wherever you can find little bite-sized 5 minutes, you will be like, oh, that's a good idea. Save. And so all your little good ideas saves. You now have 10. And so when it comes time for you to actually execute, you already have your 10 ideas ready to go. So it's an ongoing process. You should have a notes system on your phone. So there's that. And then a really easy place to start. If you're like, Krystle, I just don't know what my brand identity is just yet. I'm not sure what I want to do. Where I would tell you to start is I go find viral content and redo it. So meaning, find something that you like and literally redo the concept. Obviously, I would really love for you guys to adapt it. Try to make something your own. Don't just completely redo the trends. But even if you do, I'm just trying to get you to start executing. That's why I called it the cringe era. I'm like, there's a whole thing you have to get through. There's 1,000 videos that you have to get through in order for you to fail as fast as possible. Everyone has to do it. And because you actually will get through all the videos, you'll find what works. I promise you'll find what works if you don't stop. Most people get 15 videos, 20 videos into it, and then they give up because it's really hard. So you're not going to do this. Volume is key. And then little psychological trick that I use for myself, treat your posts like they're stories. If you're posting to your story on Instagram, you don't care. You're not going to be like, oh my gosh, it's not perfect and this and that, whatever. Treat your feed posts in the same kind of way, truly. And it will help you so much on just the stress that we have. We're like, oh my gosh, it has to be like so amazing and perfect. And then when it flops and doesn't do well, it just really sucks. So think of them like stories. Now, recreating. Here's the recycling thing. So for all your failed attempts, because I'm sure if you're watching this, you have tried lots of things, right? And maybe not everything has worked, but that's also why with the volume game, if you have even just 100 posts that you have done, one of them did better than the rest. It might not have gone viral, but there's one that has some analytics for you to look at. What was the type of content? What did you do in the first 1 second? How did you grab the viewer? What was the text on the screen? And so what we have found from some of the biggest content creators on the planet, one is that once you find something that works, you redo it. And it's literally a way to hack the algorithm. And it's because the algorithm for social media platforms, and this is true for YouTube as well, it will serve and reserve what is the same. What do I mean by that? I mean that if someone watches one of your videos and that video did well, you need to redo that video over and over and over. Because the algorithm was like, hey, the people watched that video and they really liked it. The algorithm's waiting for that video to be given to it again. Okay. So that's one of your hacks. It's basically recycling yourself. Now, quite literally, you can, go and recycle any of your posts that have done well. I like to think them as hit songs. You have your favorite songs you listen to over and over and over. Fans love to see your hit viral videos and pictures that did well over and over and over. So you can repost those as well. Okay. So this is ways that you get to now start to get momentum and to literally build on what you have done. And so for like my last song release, we literally took the videos and just put the new song audio to those video clips. And then all of a sudden I had like 10 pieces of content where I didn't have to go and actually make it myself. Here's where we're going with this, because now getting even more hyper targeted on not only triggering the algorithm to take advantage of it for yourself to build what you're doing organically. And I want to focus on that organically. I don't want you to have to pay for ads. I want you to be able to utilize these free platforms to build out what you're trying to do. One of the ways that, for example, I am kind of now focusing on music promotion for myself, because I haven't really done music very much at all in a year. And I think the last video that I released on Miss Krystle YouTube is over a year ago at this point, because I've been working on my law firm and building that and building this YouTube channel. Man, it really feels like sometimes you're just starting over. And well, it's because you are. You take a year off and no one's looking for you anymore. And that's okay. So one of the things that I'm doing, because I go, well, look, here's the thing. I am a lawyer. And so me trying to keep my brands completely separate is impossible. People know I'm a creative and the creatives know I'm a lawyer. And so what I'm doing is releasing a video specifically just calling it out and being like, I'm doing a vlog. And I'm going to talk about what it's like being a lawyer, what it's like being a musician, and I can share me. Because that is just me. I lawyer all day. I make music all the time. And so I'm going to go and dive in deep. So how can you do this for yourself? Well, it's basically this blog method of documentation. So the sections in this video, they're going to be sections that can literally be released as individual clips on social media. So you can steal this. So for example, we went through and we made a little list. We go, well, what are we working on right now? So I'm going to figure out something to show what I am working on as a creative. And so I go, I'm literally working on my voice. We're trying to, gear up to do some live shows. And so for me to sing these songs, I need to train. And so I went to the park and I showed you guys me running around and singing my songs. So that was one. Give me a music update. What new thing is coming for your project? And so for me, we talked about, I have a music video coming. So we gave a little sneak peek showing what it looks like. What's something that makes you happy? So now pivot, go to actually you. And for me, I was like, oh, well, what makes me happy is my cat, Ripley. And so I show pictures of Ripley. And then also think about cross promotion. Anytime that you are doing something, if you can cross promote something else, mention it. So I'm like, this is what I posted on social media. So I cross promoted my social media in the YouTube video. So this is one thing that I am doing to try just to show more depth, be myself, right? And to just acknowledge what is the truth, which is, as much as I would very much love to have you guys just know me as the musician and to love and appreciate my art and all this good stuff, the truth of the matter is that a whole lot of you actually don't even know that I'm a musician, right? You're like, hey, the lawyer. And that's okay. And so that's why I go back to the first section that I covered on defining your identity. Sometimes your identity has to get expanded. It's literally part of your brand development. And so embrace it. Because also, who cares? You are all the things and you are literally nothing all at the same time. And then you got to go through your cringe era and you have to figure out what works. And you still may be in that cringe era. But either way, part of this is now content, making content and figuring out what's going to work for you. And you might be like, all right, I need a list. What are the types of things that I can actually create? Now, I have an added bonus on my 5 ways to organically grow. It's a video that I released about a month ago. And so there's lots of examples from audience harvesting. So we go through it there, but let me give you one other. We know not just with like live performances, but remixes. One of the things that I did, and actually it wasn't even intended as a marketing thing, but it is now, I guess. Even on this channel, we did a remix contest. And the idea was to highlight really talented music producers who watched this show. And I just go, look, I have my new song, Say to Me, and I'm gonna have whoever wants to remix it, they can remix it. We'll do a cash prize and we'll highlight them on the show. And what was amazing is that we had so many people enter and to submit remixes. We ended up expanding it, and we had, instead of one winner, what was it? We had like 8, 9, 10 different winners. And so what I decided to do is to take those remixes and I'm going to release it as an EP through my record label. And I'm about to leak something. I haven't told the producers this, but I guess I'm going to do it now. We actually even shot videos for some of the remixes.
We had a whole bunch of remixes that came in. We're going to have like 12 remixes on this album. And for some of them, while we were shooting our music video, as we keep talking about bulking and bundling, we also shot a few of the remix videos as visualizers. So it wasn't like they were full-fledged with our location. So basically it was like we shot a scene here and then we're like, oh, that's a cool little area over there. Let's go over there. We shot something over there. Oh, that's a cool area over there. Let's go shoot it over there. And we did 3 run-throughs. So it was like 2 like B-roll shots of just her just kind of whatever. And then it was like a vocal shot. It's not a music video. It's not a full-fledged, but if you did 3 performance shots real quick over here, over here, over here, it's a visualizer for your thing. So now you have this from when you upload it to Spotify, when you're doing the things are called canvases. And then when you release it to YouTube, it's not just a static image. Plan for an extra hour of shooting. So if you had 3 remixes, that's 9 takes. You know what I'm saying? And then you can get those done really fast in an hour. It was the first time that we really tried to bulk content music video stuff. And it went amazingly. And they're super simple, but like it helps so much. And I would recommend this because this feels like a genius quality content hack.
You know, we're just taking this opportunity to collaborate with really talented music producers, let them to have their shine. But equally, it's a great way to promote the song. So where do we go from here? And what is your action item? Your action item is going to be this. Truly, I need you to write on your phone, on a piece of paper. I need you to think about that 1% unlock. I'm planting the seed because it will take time for you to figure this out, more than likely. But when you do, you will literally thank yourself for doing the work. But hopefully you can come and say hi to me as well. It's the thing that's missing right now. There's a reason why your content hasn't been working. And we always talk about like your consistency and you need to post more. And that's all true. There's a reason why you also are not excited about the stuff that you are doing. And maybe it's because it doesn't feel authentic to you. Maybe you don't feel good making it. And so you kind of working through that and making that a part of your content could be the unlock for you, because now it's about you maybe being the antisocial person. Well, the anti-social media person. You might be antisocial too. I don't know. In any case, I wanted to just mention that and also say, because my producer's messaging me right now, I forgot to mention, we shot videos for the remix, but we also shot a video for Say to Me as well, which I'm very excited about. So in any case, I guess since I'm doing this, after this, make sure you guys go and subscribe on Miss Krystle YouTube, because we got the remixes for Say to Me coming. We got the actual Say to Me music video, and we have the vlog, which probably will be released by the time you guys see this. So I hope you find this so helpful. Go find that 1% unlock. Let's go. I'm Top Music Attorney.